Jurgen, the all-important win affected the goal difference, a clean sheet. Is that what you would call a very good night's work final?
Yeah, it was the semi-final. We have to win the semi-final. We did that. 3-0, clean sheet, all these kind of things. Nothing is decided yet, but we improved our position slightly, and we have the final. So that's what we wanted, that's what we needed. And that's what we deserve, what the boys deserve today, because it was a top performance. You cannot give no chance away against Burnley because of the physicality and the way they play, and each set piece is an incredible challenge for us. They wanted obviously to go for our centre halves. The boys did outstandingly well, and scored. Yeah, it was a big chance, obviously, when Bobby scored. It was a super football. But we had, before that, two massive chances, which we didn't use. But he scored that one, Nate with the header, and Oxley with a nice little football skill. Good reminder for him, I think, especially how good he is, and helped us a lot.
Does that make it even more satisfying for you, the fact that they gave you such a stiff test?
Yeah, but it was clear. You knew it before the game, I knew it before the game. There was no doubt about that. That will be incredibly tough. We played here not only against 14 players of Burnley. Obviously, we had 3,500 or 750, I don't know exactly, people not on our side as well. And atmosphere in football is a massive point. And I thought the boys dealt really well with that. We didn't get really distracted by it or whatever. We tried to use it as well, because noise is nice and not so common nowadays, but it's nice around a football game. And so boys did really well. We played a lot of good football stuff. I loved it, and that was important today. And in a game like this, then you have to fight incredibly hard to deny them, because the way they do it is really good, I have to say. These, I don't know how you say it in England, but these kind of shadow runs, one strike offside, the next one is already coming, and stuff like this. It's so difficult to defend. And I have to say, Nate and Reece, after a kind of a nervy start, passing-wise, found their feet, obviously, in the game, and then saved us, I have to say.
Nat proved crucial at both ends of the pitch.
Yeah, we had a longer conversation, because we obviously, the whole Liverpool watched the Ali goal a few times, and then we saw Nate Phillips flying past the ball, so like with closed eyes again. So his defensive heading is outstanding, some of the best in the league. Offensively, obviously, space for improvement, because you have to open your eyes to score goals. And I'm pretty sure he did that around the goal. So super header, super cross from Sadio, nice football again, nice little chip there in that area. That was good, yeah. All goals, top.
The table is so tight that the increase in the goal difference tonight could prove crucial. Was that something you even spoke about before the game?
No. We really saw it as a semi-final, and you cannot go to Burnley and hope that you win 3-0 or whatever. It didn't happen too often to us. I think it happened once before, if I'm right. All the rest was incredibly tight with late goals and all this kind of thing. No, we didn't speak about that. We knew we have to win our football games. That's all what we can do, and here we are.
Just how good a night's work was that for you? Back into fourth, clean sheet, increase the goal difference, and you get your first goal for Liverpool.
Massive, like you say. I mean, most importantly, like you said at the start, up into fourth, that was our goal coming here today. All the rest of it just added bonuses. At this point in the season now, with what we're trying to achieve, it doesn't matter how we win games, as long as we get the 3 points, that's all that matters.
As you say, it's not how you do it, but that's 4 wins on the spin now. Is the timing, the momentum all important?
Yeah, I think obviously the pressure's on. There's no room for sort of inconsistency or being lax with our performances at this stage. We know we have to win every game, so we've had to take it up a level and make sure that we're performing with consistency, and if not performing, at least grinding results out.
Just how hard did they push you tonight?
Really hard. It was a really tough physical game, one of the toughest I've had all season, so credit to Burnley, they made it difficult for us, but it was nice to see that we've managed to score 3 goals and take our chances, which is something that we have struggled to do throughout the season a bit.
What gave you the more pleasure, the first goal for Liverpool or the one he cleared off the line?
Cleared off the line every
really?
time. Yeah, it's my job to stop the ball from going in the net, stop goals, so if I can get on the score sheet, then you know, happy days, bit of a bonus, but I'd much rather have a clean sheet.
What difference does it make to you psychologically, the fact, although you've still got a job to do against Crystal Palace, it's in your hands now?
Not much, because like I said to you last time we spoke, all we can do is concentrate on our games and make sure we win all of them. Obviously we know now that if we win the next game, as long as Leicester don't go on to score a load of goals in theirs, then our job's been done. But you never go into a game thinking if we draw we're all right or whatever. You go into every game wanting to win the match, and that doesn't change, and it's the same at the weekend.
How much does this set us up, though, for a grand finale Sunday?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good weekend. So I'm excited. What we've got to do now is recover, rest up, prepare ourselves, and one last push, and hopefully finish in that Champions League spot.
And Nat Phillips, he was colossal at both ends of the pitch for Liverpool tonight. And this is where we're at, with one final weekend of this season left. Chelsea and Liverpool in pole position, but it could not be tighter. Liverpool above Leicester on goal difference. Chelsea go away to Aston Villa, who today beat Tottenham. Jack Grealish back as well, their influential skipper. Liverpool are at home to former Liverpool boss Roy Hodgson and Crystal Palace. It would be a big farewell, of course, for Roy Hodgson. And Leicester at home to Tottenham in what is possibly Harry Kane's final game in Tottenham colours. Which way is this going to go, Steve?
Unfortunately for yourself, Manish, and all the Leicester fans, I think it'll finish like that. I don't know the way you
started that sentence.
I think the Chelsea-Aston Villa game is the most difficult game. And for your sake, I hope Aston Villa win. But I think it'll finish with Chelsea. I actually do believe Chelsea will win the game and Liverpool will win as well.
OK, Michael?
Can
you give me something to hope?
It's great, isn't it? Look at that. I mean, you couldn't get any closer. It's going to be a brilliant last day of the season. You know, you can make a case for them all. I think Liverpool have probably got the easiest fixture, so you'd say they're in the driving seat of anyone. But I think, I mean, I said a few weeks ago, I think Leicester's fixtures were the toughest, and that they could potentially mirror last season's, you know, fall out the top four, and I'm going to stick with that. I think Leicester might just miss out.
Yeah, well, there's momentum there, of course, with Liverpool and Chelsea, and also the goal difference.
Yeah.
That is so telling with one game remaining.
Yeah, I think Aston Villa have got a lot to play for, and we keep talking about the fans coming in as well. You know, the fans are there for the Aston Villa home fixture, because that's what it is. They're only home fans allowed. So that will be a big plus for them. On the back of Aston Villa having a really good result at Tottenham, they want to finish the season strong, so that's something. And I think the home teams, you know, you'd always fancy the home teams going into a game like this when the fans are coming in, because you want to, because the fans have been absent all year, you want to try and give them something to go away for the summer with, and hopefully the home teams will all perform.
See, that's a good point. The fans coming back, will that be the extra man, the 12th man, for the likes of Leicester in particular? Could it make all the difference?
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be an advantage. And again, I mean, you look at Liverpool, you think, well, yeah, you know, a win and they get into the Champions. Back at Anfield, a lot of people think, me included, that fans in certain games, certain teams, affect more so than others. Sheffield United would be a team that stand out. They've got real good support at home. Anfield is a place that you ask any player coming to Anfield with the fans, it's a difficult place to go. So I think Liverpool have missed their fans as well a lot. So, yeah, the home teams this weekend, with the reintroduction of fans, then I think they'll have a small advantage.
Yeah. So here we are with Liverpool, unbeaten in 8 in the Premier League. They've won 4 on the spin. Just a reminder of that run of form from the turn of the year to early March. They'd only won 3 Premier League games, and here they are now back amongst the top 4.
Yeah, I mean, the collapse was incredible, wasn't it? You know, unbeaten at home for such a long time, and then, you know, they lost, was it 6 on the bounce, and then to go on a run, doesn't surprise that they've gone on a run when they've needed to go on a run, especially with the run of fixtures they had. We know Manchester United away on paper was a hard one, but when you looked at all the other fixtures, you fancied them to win if they'd click into gear and stop making mistakes, and they've gone and done that. They just need to finish it off on Sunday. It's pointless getting this far, playing so well, and then blowing it in the last game of the season at home. So they need to finish it off, and then you can rightly applaud them for where they've got.
Jurgen Klopp has, of course, termed them in the past mentality monsters, and the fact that they saw so much dominance in that first half, 13 shots on goal, only 1 on target, but they made one of them count in Roberto Firmino. They didn't let them, I suppose, put those failed chances, put them off their game.
That's what score. Always going to miss chances. You've got to have the courage, the determination to get back in the positions and do it again. You can't go hiding as an attacking player. Firmino hasn't really got the big numbers that he would have hoped this season, but he's got an important goal there that set them on their way. You know, we highlight him here at the top of the screen. He doesn't get there too early, does he? I mean, a lot of people will be so eager to get into the box, but he takes his time, makes the late run. Jack Cork just switches off, and he hits it hard and low, and it's a great goal to score just before half-time.
Yeah, and timing key, of course. And does that really, as us pundits like to pontificate, does that really change the mood of that dressing room?
Yeah, it does. It does. You know, it is a silly thing to say when you say great time to score, because you presume any time is a great time to score, and of course that's correct. But 43 minutes, knowing you go, you know, 42 minutes, you're thinking to yourself, we're going to go in at half-time. You know, the manager's team talk is slightly different. You score, you know, 43, 44 minutes that they're not going to get an opportunity to go down the other end and equalise. So you're suddenly going into that dressing room buoyant. The team talk is different. You're more confident. You know that they have to come out and chase the game, so there will be more space to exploit into the second half. So yeah, it was a huge goal at the time, considering Thiago had missed a really good chance and Salah had missed a good chance prior to that.
And how big was Nat Phillips' goal in terms of giving them some breathing space?
Oh yeah, it was everything, because we know that Liverpool have been vulnerable, certainly at 1-0 going into the latter part of the game. They have got nervous and they have conceded chances. So for Nat Phillips to do that, it was absolutely fantastic. It's fantastic for him, regardless of him clearing one off the line. There's nothing like scoring your first goal for Liverpool Football Club. Especially this time last year, he was on loan at second division German league, isn't he, with Stuttgart. Yeah. So to do this is brilliant, and he had a wonderful game. He had a wonderful game under adversity with Reece Williams as a centre-back partnership, you know, and he's occupied that centre spot place with Kabak, with Fabinho, with everybody this year, and he's a young lad himself, inexperienced lad. So he had a wonderful game, and thankfully everybody will remember his name and talk about him tonight.
Do you know, I think he's possibly the only player on that pitch, certainly in a Liverpool shirt, that would have scored that goal.
Really?
I just think it's the bravest header that I've seen in a long time. When someone's running at you, and Ben Mee, and you know your players, you know Ben Mee is, you know, he's not going to pull out of any challenge, and you're heading it like that and someone's coming right towards you, you're thinking you're going to get a head right in your face and you're throwing your head towards it. It's almost like a massive collision. And if you want someone to put their head where it hurts, be brave as a lion, it's Phillips. It's in this situation. You look at Ben Mee here running towards him with his head going towards his face.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, the last minute you're thinking, oh, shall I head this or not? This could be stitches.
Would you pull out more, would you?
I'm just trying to think of what I would have done. It's a split-second decision, and I would do anything to score.
It'd have gone over your head, you're OK.
I'd run over my nan to score a goal. I'd do anything. Get out the way, it's mine. But that was really, really brave.
But as you're quite rightly pointing out during the Nat Phillips interview, those defenders are of a different beast to you, aren't they?
He went from up there, my estimation, like that. He preferred heading the ball off the line than scoring a goal. I mean, imagine it. You go to bed and you dream of scoring. I might score the next game. I can't envisage going to bed thinking, oh, I might just nod one off the line next. And he says that's better. Yeah. I mean, come on, Nat.
Come on, that's old-school defending.
That's poor.
And you want to
it's nonsense, but it's old-school defending. Yeah, of course.
It's nonsense.
Especially when Liverpool have won 3. You know, even if he hadn't cleared one off the line, it would have been 3-1. So I think the most important thing is for him to score his first Liverpool goal, because we know that in one more game time he'll probably play, but next year when Van Dijk's back, when Gomez is back, if they go and buy Canate, there's a good chance he mightn't play for Liverpool again. I mean, I hope he does. I'm not saying that disparagingly about the boy, because he's had a great time, and I love him to bits as a lad and a footballer, but you know, he'll remember this night forever.
Let's talk about his overall contribution today for Nat Phillips. There was an air of caution between the two of you, because you knew they were in for an aerial bombardment. Yeah. But how did he do today?
Brilliant. I mean, all these type of challenges, I mean, these are easy enough challenges, these type of ones where he's just heading it. But, you know, when he's up against Chris Wood, this is a great header there. That's a great header. You know, a proper centre defender, and this was the crowning moment for him. It's a double-headed clearance. That one again, and he's there again, off the line, and he's screaming, and that's the one that he'll be dreaming of tonight. That's great.
He's as good as anyone at this, isn't he? You know, heading balls, putting his head where it hurts. He's brilliant at that. We've seen in the last game that he's quite vulnerable to a ball over the top, twisting, turning. But you look at Burnley, the style of players, as much as we knew they were going to have pressure on them today, it probably plays into his strengths, like long balls coming just so he can keep going bang, bang, bang with his head. So, brilliant performance.
Don't we say how good Ben Mee is, how Tarkowski is, and they're the type of player who Nat Phillips is. One of those up and under, get at them hard as nails, run through a brick wall and die for the cause, and he's done that. And in games, in certain games, that's what you need. It's other games you can be like a play through and play nice passes and play from the back, no problem, no pressure. But on nights like tonight, you just get the job done, and that's what he did.
The third goal came from substitute Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, which would have been much more to Michael's liking, no doubt.
Well, he's a player that's desperate to score, I can assure you that. You know, coming off the bench, you want to make a difference. Stands his man up there, fakes to shoot with his right foot, then he hits it hard and low into the near post, and you know, that was icing on the cake type of stuff. The game was already over, but it's still nice, especially as we mentioned earlier, for the goal difference, just to put that sort of one to bed. You pretty much know now 3 points in the last game, and it's all over.
Such great quick feet here.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it goes through Loughton's legs. I think it goes around them, but it just unsights the keeper. You know, we stand here and we say anything beating on your near post is a problem, isn't it? But I just don't think the goalkeeper had full sight of it, and you give him the benefit of the doubt there. But it was a lovely strike by Oxlade-Chamberlain.